Move and be moved by these savings right now at Team Mazda. Choose a new 25 Mazda CX-50, Mazda CX-70, or Mazda CX-90 and get low 1.9% financing. Discover the Mazda experience and save right now at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
Stop. All right, now hold on, because people at home are hearing that as they kind of look into us right now, and they're like,
"That's not a goat baying,
or a woodpecker."
Yeah.
Welcome to WAFB and
Yes.
Display. Hello.
Yes.
That's a very creative shot, and we screwed up with our stupidity.
Sorry, Bobby. Love you,
Tell
thanks.
folks what that is.
Brandon Shackelford's
Who is?
Laugh, who is our #1 best ever photographer in the morning show. Is just
Amen.
He's awesome.
Yes, he is.
He's out with us today. He'll be out with us after a while at the First American Mega Trust in Geismar.
Oh yeah, Old
Dutchtown,
Glory
Geismar,
flag
whatever.
giveaway.
Yeah.
And that's his laugh.
Yeah, that's
It
his
really
laugh.
is.
It is.
It is spot on.
It is so
what
good.
makes us even better
who's
is that
better?
he's probably listening to this. It's like,
Yeah.
well, is that me? No, it's not.
No,
It's Johnny
it's
Asian.
Johnny. Yeah.
I love that. Speaking
So
of Brandon
good.
stories, I promise this is connected. So you know how Johnny reads traffic sponsors from our various
I don't
partners,
read.
right?
I interpret the
He
information.
does. Interpretive dances it sometimes.
There you go.
Yes, Clegg's Nursery is one of them, right? So we've been talking. You always tell us every morning to plant something. Well, we did.
We did.
So Brandon, actually, for a lot of you who may not know, he is a green thumb. He loves growing things, tomatoes, cucumbers. He's loves it, right? And so one year when I was his morning reporter many moons ago, he ordered some seeds off of eBay, a kiwi strawberry plant, like a Capri Sun flavor. He's like, I don't know. I was like, where'd you get him? He's like, I think China, overseas somewhere. I was like, Brandon, that's a Capri Sun flavor. I don't think that's. He's like, I promise it's a hybrid plant. I was like, are you sure? So maybe about a couple weeks, a month later, I checked in. I was like, how's that kiwi strawberry plant treating you? He's like, man, they didn't do nothing. I was like, oh, really? They didn't, did they?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I think that plant was next to the banana strawberry plant that we had.
Yeah. We have strawberry milkshake.
I mean, go to
plant.
Clegg's. I was over there the other day. You and I are doing our herb garden.
We started
How's
a
that
gardening
going?
club.
herb garden. She's already planted hers. I'm
I
doing
see
mine
it.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I snapped some photos of mine.
You did? Okay,
yeah,
I gotta
my
see
wife and I,
yours.
so we can show you
Yeah.
some of what we're doing. But yeah, everybody's got a little herb garden going right
What's
now.
the herb you use the most in your cooking?
Well, I mean,
from
look,
your garden.
welcome to South Louisiana. So you got a whole bunch of basil and a lot of stuff, thyme and rosemary.
Yep.
Oregano is huge down here. So I'm naming all of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, so you can't go wrong. Parsley's thrown in there as well.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that we were talking about was that we got a little education on was one of the things that maybe a lot of folks, it's certainly that hits the olfactory senses getting going. You love to have it in maybe a good drink here or there. Mint, right? Mint, love the mint. The one thing we learned about mint was maybe don't plant it with all the other herbs.
Yes.
Because it can take over.
Yes.
And all of a sudden you just got nothing but mint. But I also learned something else about mint.
Did you know that there are so many different varieties of
What?
it?
No.
Clegg's had at least 8 different types of mint. Banana mint, orange mint, French mint, Moroccan mint, a mojito mint, ginger mint.
There you go.
So I was like,
there
should I
peppermint?
yeah, there was a peppermint and a spearmint. So I just bought the mojito mint because I know I'll use that,
there you go.
and the ginger mint. But I regret not getting the Moroccan mint because that's a standard that goes for recipes if you make like a tzatziki
Okay,
sauce
that's good
maybe.
to know because I haven't bought them
Yes. Yeah, Moroccan mint is but you smell the leaves. They said it's okay. Don't bruise them. Just
It
rub the
smells
leaf
like
a
the
little
stuff.
bit. The banana mint smelled like banana and mint. Chocolate mint smelled like chocolate and mint. They said that the people use that in their smoothies. It smells like the Girl Scouts cookie Thin Mints.
Oh, really? Oh,
I
love
was
that.
blown away. I was like, this is a gimmick for sure to get you to
sending
spend more.
everybody to Clegg
They
right now.
actually smell like
Yeah.
orange mint, smelled like orange mint. Spearmint. You can make your own gum if you wanted to.
Snozberries taste like
Yeah.
snozberries.
Oh, my goodness.
And they're so knowledgeable. I brought 2
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
I said, can you pause? She goes, I don't know. Let me look at them. Boom. Begonia. Boom. What?
Yeah.
You know, she.
They're awesome.
That is so cool.
They're
So
awesome.
are you like a mojito person or?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so you're
do
going to put
love-
that in the drink?
Yes.
And that's so
Johnny
cool.
was the one that inspired me. He said he loves fresh mint. He just loves
tomatoes.
putting the mint
Yeah.
leaves in there. It's like, well, I got to get a mint
Oh,
plant.
I
then.
thought you were going to say Johnny inspired you to drink. I
Oh,
thought that's where you,
that too.
I was like,
That's
is that
for
where she's
everybody.
going with
That
this?
too.
That for everybody.
Yes.
So it is that time of year to do all that planting. I think the forecast kind of gives us an idea that it is that. Look, sun's up,
All
right?
weekend except Monday, right?
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
There we
it's,
go.
you know, one of those week fronts yesterday, Johnny, the 7-day thing, you know.
Got
Took
it
7
early.
days?
It gets me every time with that laugh, I'm telling you. All right, outside, a pretty picture. Not only does it look good, but it actually feels good. Don't get too used to it, of course. Short-lived, but a pair of 6s out your door right now. The winds are relatively calm out there. Yesterday, we only got a high temperature near 80 degrees because the rain happened right across midday, so that really hampered temperatures, helped us to cool down again at nighttime. But it was the general trend that the models were suggesting. It was only that the storms kind of went up a little bit more to the north than what we thought, but still, the northern part of the viewing area ended up getting nothing. Southern half had a little bit more activity, and on our live local radar right now, that's where everything's coming from. So nothing in our immediate vicinity, but we don't have to go too far away. These Gulf storms, they're not severe, and they're going to continue to creep upwards to the north. Once they do, and they move over land, they should start to lose their punch just a little bit. So we're not expecting anything strong for today, although I will point out, showing both the graph and the HRRR, that they both say that there will be a couple of those storms down to the south. Later on this evening, you see a few of them sneaking their way maybe between Gonzales and getting close to the Baton Rouge area. So it's a small chance of rain today. It's not a zero chance, but it'll be less than 20%. The HRRR wants to hedge its bets between New Orleans and Homa and actually keep Baton Rouge on the dry side for the majority of the day. But even the HRRR tries to sneak one or two of those showers a little bit farther north as we get towards the late afternoon, evening. So we're going to keep for Baton Rouge a less than 20% chance. Up to you whether or not you want to take the rain gear. You probably won't need it for the most part. There's that stalled out front. That eventually just kind of washes out. And then eventually we get the next area of low pressure to come in. For the most part, the weekend and your weekend plans are pretty good to go. But as we get to Memorial Day, Monday, going into Tuesday, we'll start to bring a better chance of rain for those 2 days. As for the dew points, enjoy today because it's gone with the wind tomorrow and the dew points go back to the 70s and they look to stay there. But over the next 7 days, the rain that we get, that represents about an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter over the next 7. It'll be a manageable amount. So for today, the kiddos off to the bus stop, starting great, 65. Enjoy that. Going up to 89 degrees. And again, an isolated shower, not likely, but we can't rule it out either. Then for tonight, I wish we can keep going with these cool nights, but we'll pump it back up to 70 degrees. And then we'll start to raise the chance of rain next week, Memorial Day and Tuesday. But at least watch this. Look at the forecast highs next week. Really not that bad for this time of year. That's getting into late May. It is now 7:09. Johnny A. How are the roads?
Roads are still pretty good. Still a little bit slow coming out of Denham, but it hasn't gotten to that 30-minute mark yet. It's looking pretty good. Your brake tapping is only right around the range overpass, and then a little bit of tapping of the brakes when you're moving out of Livingston Parish into East Baton Rouge Parish right there on I-12 near O'Neill. There's I-12 at Jubin. Very good flow of traffic. Moving right through range, and then it picks up speed, slows down again a little bit around O'Neill, and then from the 1012 to downtown, we're a little slower in that area. 10 after 7. We do need to serious it up a little bit for you. Breaking news of a shooting. We'll tell you where, give you all the details and what we're just learning coming into the newsroom. Matt and Liz next in 60 seconds. With that, it's 7:10.
(7:11) your time right now. We continue to follow that breaking news for you just into the newsroom. A deadly shooting in Baton Rouge. Actually, a crew on the scene, Liz.
And we're told that the investigators here with the coroner's office are on their way. We have a live crew at the scene. In fact, our Matt Venezia and Brandon Shackelford are live there now. Matt, what have you learned?
Hey, Matt and Liz. Yeah, good morning. Avalon Apartments, that's where we're at right now, learning that there is one victim dead, another one being transported to the hospital right now from EMS after a deadly shooting took place. We'll let you see right now what we're getting right now. You can kind of see investigators standing around some of the area taped off right now as they're just trying to kind of put together what maybe took place here. The coroner's van, as Liz just mentioned there, it is on its way right now to take care of the male victim. And what we've learned is that both of these folks involved in the shooting were victims of the shooting. So we'll have to wait and see what the coroner is able to kind of put together, maybe figure out why this exactly happened. But I do want Brandon, if you can, to zoom into the top of the stairwell. You can just barely see a flash of that yellow crime tape. So it kind of leads us to assume that maybe some of this was happening very close to the Avalon apartment building that you're seeing right there. Obviously, that's where a lot of the police folks, the investigators are standing right now as they're gathering some evidence and maybe working to put together what exactly happened. But, you know, with where the tape is right now, this maybe occurred inside, maybe worked its way outside. We're not too sure about that yet, but the tape up there by the top of the stairwell certainly leads you to believe that this thing occurred maybe inside. But we'll have to, again, wait to see the coroner's report, see what the Baton Rouge Police Department wants to say about this. They're the ones that were letting us know about the case, or whether there was a deadly victim, and then you have someone who's going off to the hospital. That's a female victim, by the way. Female victim heading via, EMS being transported there. But this is the Avalon Apartments here, Florida Boulevard right here, straightaway shot the other way as Brandon's showing you. So very, very close to that roadway. So that's kind of what we have for you right now. So giving you this breaking report on 9 News Now, guys. We'll continue to keep you updated on WAFB.com, the 9 News app, as we learn more about this deadly shooting. Guys.
Matt, thank you.
So as we follow that for you, we want to make sure that you know as well that a little bit later on today, we're going to continue kind of the life celebrations, right, for former Mayor, President Baton Rouge, Melvin Kip Holden.
If you missed your opportunity to visit yesterday, well, you can see him today, the Greater King David Baptist Church there on Blunt Road. Visitation will be from 8:30 to 10:45. His funeral service will start at 11. We know that's during the workday, so WAFB will carry that coverage for you live at 11 o'clock. That's going to interrupt Young and the Restless, of course. So that's going to re-air 12:38 overnight for those who want to catch it then.
Very specific time. There you see it. We give it to you specifically so you can maybe set a DVR if you're looking to do that, just so that you know that's going to happen. But yeah, you can join us right here at 11 o'clock this morning to help celebrate the life, the legacy of Mayor Kip Holden.
Looking forward to more stories that we've heard, even more over the last week. A lot to get through
Yes.
today, and Jared Silverman's keeping his eyes on the forecast. Those storms yesterday, we saw a lot of photos from Zachary of hail.
It cooled things down. Last night I was
sure
leaving a
did.
church function and windows down. It was so comfortable.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was nice. Like what you talked about, it
Yeah.
showed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you in 10.
You could be driving a Experience the thrill of a new Honda Accord right now from Team Honda. Named a Car and Driver's 10 Best Award winner for the 39th time. Get 2.99% financing for 60 months right now on your new Accord. At Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.